This has been the journey so far. The king's need was exceeded by anger. Those who would help were destroyed. But from their deaths, a new power, drawn from sin, and an army that would live once more.
Hey everybody, Kuddlesnot again. Episode 26. That's this one. And the last episode we did all the backtracking with the Soul Splitter within the Kingdom of the Dead. And then this episode we're going back to the Forge Lands to do all the backtracking there, including the Scar. But first, let's talk to Ostagoth, and he has something to tell us about the City of the Dead.
I have never been inside its walls and never will, so long as I draw breath.
Man, dude, you need to lose some weight. You seem to have some trouble talking.
What changed? Once the screams of the dead echoed from the city and across the plains. But now, the city is silent.
Shit must have hit the fan. Alright, so you can see I have quite a bit of money. I spent some stuff getting some stuff, but we finally have an elite item in each slot, and by now you probably do as well, or to put in each slot. So let's see. So you might think it's just the armor, but you'll see that we'll actually need it in each one, including scythe and secondary weapon. So we got elite and secondary weapon, elite on pauldron, elite on chest, elite on arms. We do not have elite on shoes yet, so we'll put one on, although we're going to go back to this one because we want the wrath cost down. And see, still no achievement. We got elite on Sorcerer Talisman, so let's put on that elite scythe. Boom, achievement unlocked. Tenji, Mass Ruckus. And now we're going to go back. Go back to those shoes. We want the wrath cost down. Okay. Cool, and I just quit out again for no reason. Why do I always do that? Damn it, wrong button. See, I think there might be something said about that where the design isn't perfect. Where, to me, my automatic gamer reaction is to quit out of the inventory menu to get to the map. Even though they're on the same tab, a different tab on the same menu. But I don't know why, I just always do that. But now we're going to the Tree of Death because we're traveling back to the Forge Lands. Alright, let's go behind us into the Forge Lands portal, currently the only other portal that's open. Alright, here we are at the Forge Lands of the Tree of Life. Like I said, we'll be coming back to the Forge Lands a couple of times again, but this is just our first real backtracking to it. Because we did backtracking within it when we got Death Grip. But now we actually came back from Kingdom of the Dead to come here for the first time. Okay, so what are we going to do first? We are going to, we could go to the Nook, we could go to the Fjord. Let's go to the Fjord first. Alright, now we're in the Fjord. This looks familiar. Ah, so comforting. And you can fight some like level 6 dudes if you'd like. In fact, I feel like avenging murder on the undead Prowler kin by, I would say Prowler, Stalker kin, by just completely raping a level 5. There we go. Revenge fulfilled. I feel better now. Okay. I'll tell you. Actually, you know what? I probably just made my life work because I'm sure that one I just killed is going to end up as one that kills me when I go back to the Kingdom of the Dead. Because karma's a bitch. Alright, so you remember we came up here to get a Stonebite as well as a Vulgrim coin, and I think a couple chests. But now we can go back with the Soul Splitter and get a Book of the Dead page and a secret chest. Alright, so first we need to put our physical self on the lift. And then, oh, he's going back. And then put soul number 1 on that switch. And soul number 2 on this switch. I don't know why it's so hard for me to go up those stairs. Alright, we'll get to the top, change, and quickly get off. Okay, and there's our Book of the Dead page. So let's get that first. So let's put our physical self right there. pop our way into the gated switch with our... Whoops. With our soul self. And then switch to our other soul self to grab the Book of the Dead page. Number 21, if I remember correctly. Yes. Alright, and then we got some more bases, just like in Tristone. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's our secret chest. Yummy, yummy, yummy. And that's it.
Impossible.
Impossible? No, it's not. Okay, now let's fast travel out of here. And we're gonna go to the Nook next to kill ourselves another Thane beast. And I have a dungeon marker in there because if you've been following this along, you probably do too. That'll place you kind of right next to Belethier's area, but we're just gonna go back to the entrance. All right. So there's actually a chest in here we can get with the Soul Splitter, as well as fighting Beletier, because I've said it before, but you could actually fight this beast before, like when you're tracking back with Death Grip. That's when you could reach her, and you were kind of the appropriate level to fight her. However, it'll be a difficult fight. And since of the way that the arena is shaped and the fight works, which I'll be showing you when we actually fight her, it's really easy to get cheaply caught and then just get destroyed on Nightmare. It's really easy for that to happen, and it's not your fault. It's just it's not the best designed fight, and it's a really cheap death, and it's a terrible way to end a Nightmare run. So I really recommend that you do it now instead of before, because you'll be able to take her out fairly easily, and not have to worry about any cheap death because you get caught in a corner or whatever. And also, she has some pretty nasty burn damage. So when you're at this high level, that burn isn't really as big a deal as it was before. Okay, Soul Touch Face. I think I said Soul Touch Face instead of Skull Touch Face, but you know, I like to mix it up a little bit every once in a while. No, I'm just gonna ignore all you folks. So you could go that way, like back down the gate for the gate opened, or you can go this back way, which we opened up when we went through the first time. And also, I'd like to show you again, we'll be coming back once more once we get the Voidwalker to get a couple more chests. So this is the last time we have seen the Nook, or the last of the Nook. We will see. All right, so now let's fight Tiamat. Excuse me, Beletier, however you want to pronounce it. And she's invincible right now, and I just shot her instead of grabbing onto the hook. Okay, so as soon as you land on this arena, the fight technically begins, although the creature has to come around the back or do whatever. So he has a couple of attacks. You can see that this is like a long strip, like an airstrip, and you got these side things that you can flip on, and that's how you dodge some of the more important attacks. However, that would be critical. That would be a critical move if you were fighting her right after you got Death Grip. However, since we're at this level, and I just fell off instead of flipping over. God damn it, and if you do that, her health doesn't reset or anything, so it's not a huge deal. But it does have to wait for her to come back and reset. But her health doesn't reset, so don't worry about that. Okay, so she kind of spits out this fire, which burns you, so you want to get out of that. Even after you're out of it, you'll still burn for a little while. Then she has shockwave attack. She has a dashing attack. So it's just easiest to take her out now, because again, it's just such a cheap battlefield, and it's an interesting fight, and if it worked, it would have been really good, but it's just so easy to die so cheaply. So it's just easier to do it now. And you're really invulnerable while you're on the edge like this. Ow! Okay, do we have Death Grip? That's really part of the key here, is that you'll get up and then you'll be able to be above those swipes. Oh, get on the edge, get on the edge. And now we play the waiting game. For the... Oh shit, that's That has never happened to me before. Okay, now, are you really gonna reset even though I'm here right now? Okay. Have fun, I'll see you in a little bit. Jeez. If you have teleport slash, it's easy to kind of like teleport behind her and then just slash away at her, but then you have to worry about that tail attack. And then of course she also has the seismic slam, so you just need to get away from the edge. But it's still very doable, and at this level, it's fairly easy. As you can see, the health does not reset. No, why are you splitting? Don't split. Don't fall! Okay, this is really starting to piss me off. See, okay, go to the edge. There's a big edge thing. Why, if I like quickly go to the edge, why not the edge? That's stupid! See, the fight is just not designed well enough. It's a really interesting idea, and if it worked, it would be a really fun, challenging fight, but it just ends up being cheap. And I keep on saying that, but that's literally what it is. So that's why I really recommend doing it now on Nightmare. Alright. Let's use Shockwave, and then let's get closer. Oh, great, fire! Get the edge. Let it burn. Let it burn. Let's put on some health, just so we don't have to worry about it. Let's put on some wrath, so we don't have to worry about it. And that tail looks nasty. Okay. Do some damage. I don't know why it's like suddenly so hard for me to do damage. Come on. Get away, get away, get away, get away! Okay. Get the edge. There we go. That's right, charge. Psh. Silly Belier. Charging's for kids. And you can see it's the same character animation as Tiamat, and that's why I call her Tiamat. Because that's easier than whatever the name she is in this one. However, she does give a pretty awesome legendary weapon called Belier's Talons. However, if you fight her at this point, it's actually level appropriate, but it still does some awesome burn damage. That should not be overlooked. Okay, just finish this. Okay, enough of this. Just die. Thank you. And I'm sure there's better techniques to do damage. I'm not saying that I did perfectly, but again, the tactics that you need to use are so inconsistent. Belier's Talons. See, I don't know why I think there's an L in there. There's not. It's like Belier, but to me, I read that as Belier. I do that with a lot of stuff. Maybe it's like some form of dyslexia. I don't know. Found within the very belly of the beast, these scythe blades have festered for a millennia within Belier. The enchanted blades infused themselves with their own attributes, creating a weapon of legendary status. Its previous owner is unknown, but the blade's craftsmanship is unequaled, allowing it to sever the most utmost precision and savagery, whilst burning flesh from bone. So, in a nutshell, it's got really awesome burn damage. Yeah, and we just leveled up, so we got that. Okay. So now we could go back. Let's put these sucker. Where are we gonna? We got some ice? No. I really want to get unstoppable to right here. So no, excuse me. I want to get to there so I can reduce the cost of it, and then Aegis Guard becomes much more useful. So that's kind of what I'm lining up to do. Okay. So we could go back. Not back. We could go to Tristone and turn those things into Thane if you like, but we're not gonna do that. We are going to go to the Scar. Alright, here we are at the Scar. If you remember, we came here before to both get one of Ornn's legs, as well as to get a Boatman Coin and a Stone of Power. And when we came then with Death Grip, the Scar was much too powerful for us. However, now it is very doable. If you're on Arcane, the fight's actually not very difficult, even earlier. But at this point, it's doable for no matter how you spec yourself up. So this is the point I'm going to do it at. Alright, so in here we fight Gorn and have some fun puzzle stuff. We only need Death Grip to do it, but again, it's all about like the level appropriate time to do it. And first we're going to grab our chesty chest back under here. Sculpt that face! Alright. There we go. Open up some doors.
Flee crush you!
Well, that's not very welcoming. I just like came into your home and you want to kill me? My God, what are you, a Texan? Little disclaimer, I apologize to all Texans. I have a couple Texas friends and they're very nice people and they don't shoot people on sight. Just playing into stereotypes, that's all. Okay. You're gonna fall into lava. Ooh, possessed weapon. You were gonna die. You also see that the enemies are level 17, which is what we are now. However, if you've been following this, it's possible that you're level 16, but that's fine. You will be perfectly fine, I promise. Impossible. Absolutely impossible. And we got a little hole drop down. Let's drop down the hole. And let's fight. The noxious stingers, and I totally thought I had redemption equipped. Hi, gun. Summon minions and take out the hive. Usual MO. Boom, boom, boom. More birds. There we go. And any stingers left over? Nope. All right. So where are we going now? We're going this way. Pop, pop. Hell yep. But now we're stuck. And shit's about to go down. And that's totally the wrong way. And now we have a fun little pop sequence where if you're not a master of popping, then you'll probably die here once or twice. Or I'm a master of popping, so I'll do it perfectly the first time. He says with absolute confidence. However, where issues come up are when changing directions. And it's really just, you just gotta let death set himself up. And if you do that, you'll be alright. And of course, also really nerve-wracking when you gotta drop down and get closer to the lava. So you just gotta let death change his direction, so don't just press buttons as soon as you get to the edge. Kind of let him set himself up. Let death set himself up. Uh-oh. And not do that. Okay, it looks like we got lucky there. Got really lucky. But then you'll end up like, running up the wall when you want to wall run off to the side and stuff like that. So you just gotta be careful. All right, let's go to the south. Ooh, there's a big guy there, but we got some guards to deal with first. Alright, okay. Eat my size. Eat my hammer, eat my size. Eat my hammer, eat my size. And now you're gonna eat my maker. Why do I say that? Not a maker. The custodian. Meet my custodian friend. Should've guarded him better. I just ran right past you and picked him up. See, I'm sure I was very vulnerable when I was sticking a key into him, but instead you just decided to stay back and watch the whole thing happen. Up. Your fault. You're dead now. Oh, blue fists of fury. There we go. Kunk. And now let's get across the chain and get ourselves a skeleton key as well as that Vulcan coin and a Book of the Dead page. Both good things. Swing across, swing across. Oh, he's got, executed right off the bat. That's a little odd, I think, because I always feel like execution chance should be like, with each hit you have, no, that would be ridiculous. I guess it is per enemy, because like having I think right now my execution chance is like 30 something, so having a 30% execution chance for each hit, then almost guaranteed for each enemy you get execution, but that's not the case. I think it's definitely on a per enemy basis. Oh, and hey, Gorn, you're watching me. That's creepy. Okay, but don't jump across and get that yet. Nope, you want to turn around, kind of jump on this, like, edge, and then wall run. Get you a Book of the Dead page. It's hanging out over here. Jump out, there we go. Number 22, Book of the Dead page. Page 2 of the 3rd chapter. And we haven't even reached the Lost Light, the Angel area, where the 3rd vault is. So we're ahead of the game, people. Alright, and then let's see if we can get 2 birds with it. So let's get the Boatman coin and land on the chain. Yes! Done beautifully. Alright, let's get back on the sucker. Take off the chain. And smash our way through some yellow crystal. Like I've said before, blue versus yellow, blue will always win. Is that it? Nope, you're still alive. No, you're not. Okay. So here's the pit that was filling with lava that we were at before. And now we're back at this junction. And now we're going to go north because we have the skeleton key. So much loading. Alright. Oh, we got this more fight. So many corrupted constructs around here. One down. Oh, no you don't. 2 down. I feel like knocking you into the lava. Go in there. Come on. See, what falls in on his own, but you're like floating over it and you won't go in. Fine, I'll just slice you apart. I was gonna let you melt a painful death in the lava, but instead you just get butchered. Well, that's what you want, that's what you want. And as you probably guessed, we'll be back in this room once we have another custodian. Go fuck that lock. And let's go through another door. I always say like another door, like, oh my god, it's another door. But hey, I just feel like saying something, and I can't think of anything more clever than saying exactly what's happening on screen. So that's just what I do. Okay, so this sequence is a little bit easier if you have Death Grip equipped. I didn't, and that might bite me in the ass a little bit, but it's just some more expert popping, however not as difficult as the lava pit. Oh, come on, come on! See? Because I did have Redemption equipped instead of Death Grip, that bit me in the ass. Okay, let's have Death Grip. And try again. Although I'm not sure how him returning to the beginning of the sequence with Reaper form somehow set back time and see, I did the difficult one no problem, and now I can't do the straightforward one. What I was trying to say was I'm not sure how falling to the lava and using Reaper form to return to the beginning of the room somehow turns back time and unsinks these stone platforms. So this is what they're doing, they're sinking. I don't know. But hey, it's a little fun short little thing, so enjoy. Go up, go up, go up, go up, and... Hi-ya! Oh, no way! I got cocky. All right. That's better. You must be tired. It is 5 in the morning. Okay. No, you don't. So we proceed through there. We murder some more constructs. And we're gonna go grab ourselves another custodian. However, first, of course, we got some chesty chests and another big fight. No, you don't. I wanted my shield up. And I guess I'll put up. Because I do want to summon some more ghouls. Well, I got Arcane up. Alright. Well, let's try Soul Splitter. See how Soul Splitter does in combat. So what we can do is you could, like, use it to dodge, because they'll be fighting, like, one of your they'll be fighting one of your souls, and then you can unsplit yourself and you'll go back to your physical form, and then you'll be able to dodge it that way. So that's kind of cool. However, some enemies get really confused, and if you use it in boss fights, those bosses get really confused. Even like in the City of the Dead, the Wailing Host, I managed to break the Wailing Host just by using Soul Splitter. Even though it's like the item of the dungeon, if you will, the game is not coded properly to handle you having two different targets for the Wailing Host, meaning the two different souls, so it just breaks, and you can't finish the fight. So it's really kind of hilarious. Okay. Now that we've done that, we can actually go around. No, we can't go around the corner. We will and get another chest, but first we're going to have to pop our way across and open up the gate. Oh, there's another chest back there that I forgot to get before I ran in. I was so excited to do the fighting that I completely forgot. We'll be able to do it on our way out. Kerkunk. Kerkunk. And he's already got a B button above his head. Two of them do. How convenient. But we're going to smash him up with our custodian. Smash. Blue Fist of Death, smash. Please, smash. There we go. All right. And of course, there's more. Smash. And smash. Oh, I completely missed him. Crafty little bugger. It's kind of like trying to, you know, smash a wayward ant in your kitchen. All right, let's hop out and get ourselves the dungeon map. And then we're going to run out and go get that chest that I forgot to grab before, and then we're going to grab the custodian and roll out. Autobots, roll out. And I cannot do an Optimus Prime impression. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Note to self. Alright, let's hop on this sucker. And okay, one more time. Autobots, roll out. And oh god, that's awful. See, I don't even know what it sounds like, because obviously, when you record yourself, not obviously, but if you record yourself, you sound different than what it sounds like to you when you talk. So it sounds terrible when I talk, like in my inner ear, it sounds terrible. So who knows what it sounds like in an actual recording and what other people would hear. I'm sure it sounds even worse. And I'll be able to tell when I listen to the recording. But right now, my gut's telling me it's fucking awful. Quickly, quickly, quickly! Can we beat this one? No. Wait for it to spit out its refuse, I guess. And then pop your way across. And let's turn the lever. Conk. And in order to get back to our custodian, Skullfish face. Go down this little path and get ourselves a chest. And let's mount our construct buddy once again and roll out. And here's like the only point where it ever seems like the speed of yourself on the chain actually makes a difference. Like the only time where it's actual puzzle to navigate the chain. So just for style points, I like to do backflips. And it feels faster to me anyway, but I don't know if it actually is faster. But it feels faster than just purely running. And at the very least, it looks way more awesome. And weighted chain thing number 2. And then we can ride ourselves through. Back in our custodian. Alright. Do the backflips. Stop spitting up. gaze, you're getting it. It's everywhere. Oh my god, it's everywhere. Okay. Release the chain. And let's go. Ride 'em, cowboy. Alright, I was thinking about making a John Wayne joke, but again, at the state of mind that I'm currently in, I'm sure it just come across as delirious nonsense. So I'm just gonna avoid that. But before we can go any further, again, we got another big fight. I'm so deep in concentration. Alright, enough of this. However, this is only the first wave. It gets better. Oh, it gets better. It gets a lot better. When I was going through this the first time, actually, I did a Reaper move, and that is like a combo that unleashes the Reaper form for like one of the combos, like that. And I think it was at just the right moment where the Reaper image froze, and throughout the rest of the fight, there was actually a Reaper stuck in the middle of the room, because right at the cutscene, it like froze the game engine in order to like summon the rest of the enemies. And I guess that was the perfect timing, because then that's exactly when my Reaper move for my combo came through right before the cutscene, and it just stuck there. So I thought that was funny. Oh gosh, oh gosh. Eat coffin, construct jerk. Oh no, we got two of you. I know I can deal with this shit. I'm gonna cheat. And now I just not doing damage, just wasting time with our Reaper form. Take him out, take him out, take him out. Do some damage, take him out. Oh gosh, okay. Oh, we got one of them, I think, yeah. Summon some birds, that'll help us finish them off, and boom. There we go. And now we can finally go fight Gorn. Is that it? Yeah. Finally, we can go fight Gorn. Finally. Do. And now we're going to waist deep lava. This is a new one. Oh man, lava's nice this time of year. Alright, so now we gotta use our chain to destroy 3 different crystals holding up the bridge. And then we can roll our way across. Okay. But before we go and fight Gorn, there's one more thing you want to do. And that's jump through this little bad boy right here. Death grip. And get yourself another chesty chest. This is actually probably one of the few that I actually had to look up how to find, because everything else I could figure out eventually. That one, it just never occurred to me that the entrance would be like along the chain for some reason. That just never occurred to me. And I looked it up and I found it. So fun fact, the one thing in Darksiders 2, besides like, you know, the randomly hitting collectibles that Kuddlesnot could not figure out how to find, because I saw it on the map, I couldn't figure out how to reach it. Alright, so now let's go fight Gorn. So if you're really low on Wrath potions, feel free to go get some. However, don't worry about health potions, because both of these Skull Touch Face chests just have health potions in them, whether you need them or not. Although I didn't need those 3. It's optimized, so even if you have 0 health potions, you can use one and then pick up 5 more. So you should be able at full health and with 5 wrath potions going to this fight. And that should be like alarm bells. And it should be like, uh-oh. Game designers were like, this is a tough fight, so be prepared. However, with Arcane, it's not as tough as it is with Harbinger. Just because you can, while you're dodging a lot of the attacks, your minions can be doing damage. And that's pretty critical. Because you'll be going through the stages a lot quicker than you would be otherwise. Oh, explosion. And he's just like, he's a fire version of Gorn. Down to the explosions and all that. So just be prepared for that. But he also has this other major attack. And that's this fire one. So you just need to run around, try not to retrace your steps, otherwise you'll get fire blasted, and then dodge every once in a while to stay ahead of it, and then you'll be fine. And see, he's already at half damage, and pretty easy. Like but again, it's like it's easy when you're on Necromancer. At least when compared to Harbinger. When I had Harbinger, this was a tough fight on Harbinger. It really was. And also, if you go in here too early, that burn damage, if you get hit by that fire attack, can just destroy you. So you really got to be careful. There we go. Get rid of some of those minions, and then run up. Oh, get exploded, and then let's run through this. How we doing? How we doing? Back up, back up. Come on, ghouls, do your damage. And that's it. Gorn is down. Oh, God, oh my. Oh, yes, you can. All right. So that's it for the Scar. And now we're finally going to travel back to Tristone, turn in 2 kill quests to Thane, and then turn in this to Maria. And where's Tristone? There's Tristone. And it doesn't matter which one you can teleport to all of these, but you always get stuck in the same place, so it doesn't matter. All right, let's talk Thane. Hey, buddy, how's it going? I haven't seen you in a while.
Baethier will trouble you no longer.
Baethier, that's how you pronounce it.
An age of blood and claw has ended.
I had no idea.
Still have more to prove. That you survived this trial.
Again, in my head, it was always Belier for some odd reason. Don't ask me why.
Kidna will trouble you no longer. I only wish I'd been there.
So that means we only have one left because we already killed Gorwood, and that would be Argul in the Lair of the Post King. However, we're not going to go there till after we finish in the Angel Realm, which is like the next area after the City of the Dead. And then 603-3000, 603-3000. Awesome. Okay, and we're already almost at 18. Let's turn this sucker into Maria. And also, when you're looking for equipment, especially towards the end game, and you're looking for like the best stuff at that level, all the different vendors, and there's more in the Angel, and actually there's one more in the Angel area. All the different vendors have different stuff, so it's worthwhile to go visit Ostagoth and to visit Maria and visit the 2 in the Forge. What's her face and Grunton dude.
Which was the greatest sin?
Alia and Valis.
To create a monster, or to send you to kill it.
Either way, it is finished.
Then Gorn's nightmare
Such a badass
has
death.
ended.
Such a badass.
At long last, I can still see the spark of life burning inside him.
But he's dead. Where is he?
Turning him
I
to
don't.
slag.
Is he like
May
in
the
the Maker
stone
Soul
forgive
somewhere?
us, horseman.
I
I
don't know.
cannot forgive myself.
Oh. Whatever. Skill point awarded for completing the Scar. Cool. All right, everybody, and that is it for this episode, episode 26. So thanks for watching. If you like the spreadsheet guide, if you're a subscriber, send me a PM, and I'll send that to you. It's a Google spreadsheet. It kind of lays out what I get in each episode and what areas and all that good stuff. Also, like me on Facebook if you'd like to stay updated on the progress of the videos, the episodes, and also have more of a beeline to me because Facebook is obviously optimized for communication. So you can use that as well. Anyway, guys, again, thanks for watching. This has been Kuddlesnot signing off. And Thane is still all bloody, even though it's been like a long time since this place got destroyed. But he's still all covered in blood and acting like nothing happened. Oh well. You know, I guess some people cope in different ways. Alright, again, guys, thanks for watching. Kuddlesnot signing off, and I'll see you again next time.